Hey, this is Kelly with Kelly's Magical Realm, and I wanted to bring up a topic tonight, and it's about the need of control and then just letting go and releasing that. I think it's important to bring up because how many times have you been in a situation where you're trying to get your point across and then the other person's trying to get their point across, and it just feels like it's a no-win situation? So, you can either keep going or just realize the bigger picture. Like, what am I learning from this? Like, have you ever been in those situations? Like I mentioned, you have a point, but the other person has a different one to bring in. And it's like trying to be the observer. That's the best way that I can put things as far as releasing it, because in the end, what does it really matter, right? One person sees it their way, they're stuck in their ego, you might be in yours. Release it, because you know that none of this is real anyways. You're seeing things from your point of view because you're at a certain level and maybe they are in their healing journey. And then it might even get to a point where someone's putting you down or, trying to belittle you. That's how they feel about themselves. Just remember that. I always remind myself of that. When that starts to happen, you just realize, they're coming from fear. They're coming from a fear-based place, because anytime when that happens, when anger kicks in, it's fear. It's always related to fear. Someone's always afraid, and that's what we've got to see things for and realize that fear isn't real. It's an illusion, and to just let it go. And it's not easy at all. I know that, because I've been there. I've been there. I've had, someone yelling at me in my face, or not even in my face, just yelling at me, trying to put me down and, saying you're in the wrong, you're not right, about this, or, you shouldn't have done that, and getting upset with me and saying it in an upset voice. But then you got to realize when they get upset like that, they're in their feelings, they're in their fear and they're scared. That's why people react the way they do. And the best thing to do is to just calm yourself and take a moment and just really realize what's important to you. For me, it's just releasing it, because it doesn't make sense. For me, I'm not a person that wants to argue. I don't like that at all. I don't feel comfortable at all. And I don't like being backed in a corner. I don't like when a bunch of people are coming at me, because a lot of times, us healers, we're misunderstood. People don't understand us. They don't understand empaths, so we can pick up on their energy. And sometimes, we may react from feeling what they're feeling, because we pick up on that. So a lot of times healers are misunderstood. They don't get it. They don't see our point of view, or, person not really trusting, Some people, I'm one of them. I was, in the past, as far as some people just really have been around so many toxic people that when they see a good person, or, they kind of fear that, because it's like, what the hell is this? I'm not used to that feeling. It feels foreign. It almost feels, distorted. I'm thinking of Alice in Wonderland came to my mind, the picture of it, everything's upside down. But just remember that, I wanted to talk about it because I kind of went through that. I've been through that several times, and it just made me want to bring this up. I keep touching my hair because I need a haircut really, really bad. Sorry. It's so thick, and it needs to be cut. I just haven't had the time, but I wanted to make a video to see if anyone else has been through this. What are their thoughts on this as well? And how do you get through it? I just like to hear other people's opinions. It's always good to hear what other people have to say about this topic, because it's everywhere. Everywhere you see people in power positions really taken hold of that power, it gets to them sometimes, and that's throughout the world that you see that people in, positions of power, sometimes it gets to their head, or sometimes people not even in power, people just wanting control. They're trying to control their life, trying to control things. And I can understand that too, because that's a lesson I've had to learn in life as well, is like we can't control everything. But on the bright side, I'll always feel this way, and I'm seeing it more and more. Everything happens for a reason, and sometimes we may not know what that reason is. We just have to trust. And isn't that the hardest thing, when you can't see what is happening around you sometimes, But we always have to remember that things are working out the way that they're supposed to be. Things will fall into place. You will start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to trust. You just have to go with your gut. And it's not always easy. Have you ever had situations where everything around you is loud, everything's changing? You know what I mean? Like all these things are going on at once. For instance, for me, so many things are happening right now. It's like all of a sudden I had like leaks in my apartment from the snow and ice and everything, and all this water was coming in, and they had to take out half of the wall on one side, and then there's nails sticking out, and then I'm worried about me and my cat, and it's just like all these things are going on all at once, changing things, jobs, or just all these things are going on with me all at once. And it's so hard sometimes to hear your intuition when you have all these things going on. And that's when you have to just learn to release, let it go, and stop holding on to other people's energy. If that's how people want to see things, whatever, it's like whatever they have opinion of you, I've learned to just, good for you. Whatever you think is fine, because it's like, it's not even worth your energy, is it? To try to prove yourself, or try to prove a point. It's not, because you're not going to change people's minds, and that's their responsibility. If they don't want to hear you or what you have to say, just let it go. They just want to keep thinking that their thoughts, that's their path, that's their journey. Let it go. And that's what I've learned to do, because something better always happens. Like your best and highest good, Spirit always has your back. Just remember that. Anytime I have a bad day, I remember, what, that was just today. Tomorrow's going to be better. I will not let anybody ever bring me down. It might happen for a few minutes, but I will get right back up, always rebuilding myself. It's always, always. I'm like the phoenix rising, because I will always come up from the ashes and rebuild and do whatever I have to. And just remember that all of you are capable of that. We are all multi-talented people. We all in this universe have so many gifts to use. Just remember that. Just remember that when one door closes, another better one opens, and another one will keep opening. Just trust yourself and your intuition, that there's nothing stopping you except yourself and your fear. Don't stay where you're not comfortable, or don't ever let anyone change your mind or your opinion of yourself. Don't let one bad day continue. You know what I mean? You have the power to change it at any time. Just dust it off and keep going. And that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for listening.